Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on this dark but dry and windy morning. It's the 11th of November. Just a technical note, there won't be a recorded daily prayer today because I have to go off and take other services before too long. On the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour, the guns of Flanders, the guns of the First World War, formally stopped. There was an end to the hostilities, and although the peace treaty was not signed until the following year, which is why some people calculate the 1914-18 war as the 1914 to 1919 war, hostilities to all intents and purposes had ended. And we as a nation and many places mark this day. We mark this day because we pay tribute to those who lost their lives not only in that great war, but in conflicts before and after. But we didn't do it until the time of the Great War and the tremendous suffering we saw. And even this morning I read debates in our social media about poppies, whether we should wear them, what they stand for. I think more than ever this year, which will be a strange year because it's the first not presided over by Her late Majesty the Queen, something that's happened for all of my life and my generation. This year there is much to remind us of the importance of remembering the courage and the sacrifice of those who go to war for the safety of the nation. We've seen the terrible events in the Ukraine, and many of us have applauded the courage of the Ukrainian volunteers who have fought back the Russian invasion. And I certainly, day by day, have felt it's strongly important to pray for the armed forces that stand between us and a similar experience. And who can say that it would never happen? So we give thanks for the courage and the sacrifice of ordinary men and women who were prepared to suffer and to die for the safety of their families and their compatriots, to suffer and to die for freedom. And of course, more than ever, we have to commit ourselves to exercising that freedom in such a way that is good for all, and that is an enormous challenge for us at this time. Today we commemorate in the church Martin of Tours, who died in the year 397. He was a Roman soldier who in the end felt that his Christian calling meant that he should not fight. He notoriously cut his military cloak in half to give half to a beggar, and then in a vision saw that he had cared for Christ in that beggar. He founded religious communities and was a missionary. And this, to me, seems to show us the way. That if we are to honour the peace that our armed forces achieved and maintains, then the ordering of our society must take on those Christian principles of care and compassion. The world that heroes died to preserve must not only be preserved, but must be built upon. Just in the same way that Beveridge, living just down the coast here from me, a few miles away, in my benefice, saw the possibilities of a welfare state growing out of the experiences of World War II. So we as Christian people must work for the good of all and the benefit of all, if we are to build upon those heroes who lived, fought and died to preserve freedom. May God bless us all. May God bless the people of Ukraine, the people of Iran, and all who are the victims of violence and aggression.